Hi, I'm Hannah Mae, and I'm the Best Buy Teen Tech Center Manager here at the Innovation Hub. Today for our virtual library series, I'll be showing you how to do image transfer on wood. For this project, you will need golden soft matte gel medium, matte board scrap, a cup of water, some blocks of wood, sandpaper, images printed using a toner-based printer, paintbrush, small sponge, scissors, and a brayer. The first thing that you'll need to do for your image transfer project is prepare your images. So I have a printout here of some images of our hub logo. They're printed backwards using a toner-based printer, and I'm just gonna cut out one that will be able to transfer onto a block of wood. It's okay if you leave some space around the edges because you're going to be transferring it and the paper that's left over the edges won't actually matter. Once you have your image ready, we're gonna transfer it onto a wood block. So you'll need to prepare your objects. I have some objects here that have been cut out just using a saw, or you can find like scrap pieces of wood or pre-cut coasters and things. The next step is going to be applying the gel medium. So you'll need your golden soft matte gel medium and a paintbrush. Biggest thing with this step is that you want it to be applied evenly. So go ahead and open up your gel medium, and I like to use the mat board for this so that I can kind of spread it. You can apply it either to the wood piece or to the paper piece, but if you apply it to the wood piece and the wood piece is bigger, then you kind of want to stop where the edge of the image is so you don't have a whole lot of cleanup to do. And what I like about the mat board piece is you can kind of remove as you go. You can kind of squeegee some of it up. And you want the application of this to be a slightly opaque layer. It's gonna be sort of transparent looking, and so you wanna get it to where it's more of a milky looking. So once I have the gel medium applied, I can use my image here, and I've got like one chance to lay it down pretty flat on here. So if you're working with a larger image, this is where practice can help. And then once you have it laying down, it's really important that you remove all the air bubbles. So you're going to start from one edge and just roll in one pass across it. And it is going to push gel medium out the edges. So be careful that it doesn't get onto your brayer and you don't roll it back on the image if it does. If you do, then you'll have areas that are really hard to remove. So as it gets pushed out the edges, you can just kind of clean that up with your finger or with a paper towel and continue rolling just to make sure it's pressed really evenly across it and there are no air bubbles. If you don't have a brayer, you can also use another mat board as a squeegee for this step. Okay, and then once you have your image applied, just check to make sure that there's no beads of gel medium left around the edges, because all of that is gonna harden. Let this sit and dry overnight, or I like to wait at least 24 hours. If you don't have 24 hours to wait, then you can use a heat gun or a hair dryer to speed up the process. But know that if you do that, you may be dealing with some distressed looking things or have to be very careful in the removing process. Okay, the next step is going to be revealing the image. And so I'm going to need my bucket or cup of water and my sponge for this stage. So the first thing you're going to do is just get the paper wet. You can do this with a sponge. You don't have to get so much water that it starts going everywhere, but you want to saturate the paper pretty well. Once you've done that, you use your thumb or your fingers to start rolling the paper and it comes off. Now you do have to be careful with this because if there's any areas where you had an air pocket or you didn't have enough gel medium, it'll start tearing, and you want to catch that early so that you can put it back in place and maybe use some kind of sealer to set the image. Once you're satisfied with the amount of paper that you've removed, you can think about different finishes that you can apply, like an epoxy resin or a matte medium that's more glossy. Just anything like Mod Podge or finishes that you can find at your hobby store would be good, because having a coat of something on it gives it the wet look so that you can't see as much the little paper cloudiness that's left behind, like the residue. And then you have it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then leave a like and be sure to follow the Innovation Hub on all of our social media channels.